What's up? What's up, people of Earth? It is time for Who News News. You won't remember next week on this episode. As always, National Calendar Day. We're going to teach you some stuff from the Britannica website. We've got James Corden on The Onion. What's he talking about today? Apologizing for something or breaking his silence. We've got a poltergeist that's pushing people down steps. And some guy does something really dirty on British Airways flight to Nigeria. Who knows? News you won't remember next week. Stick around. Let's go. Now that's news that's music to do some news to. Should we get rid of this MAGA hat, this wannabe MAGA hat? It's got the V3 TV logo on it, though. You see, it matches the microphone flags. You see, it's the same. I even have a sweater over here with my logo, but it's too hot up here in the studio. I'm not even in the studio. I'm in my living room. We do the Beat Down podcast from the studio, the Vaughn Johseph Show. That's really loud today. Let's get that down. Anyway, let's just get right on with it. My apologies. There was no show on Friday. I came home from London to do the show. Well, I came home from London, prepped to do the show, and there was no electricity. Go figure. I think I had too many Amazon packages in the shed outside, and it was disrupting the meter. Because as soon as I brought all the packages in, the electricity came back on. I have no idea how that works, but no one cares. Who news is what's popping today, right now. On this day, this fabulous October 24th, the 209, I'm going to try and do this without my glasses today because they're glare. 297th day. Oh, sorry. If you're listening only, I appreciate you mucho. But feel free to head over to the YouTube channel. We should be streaming these on Rumble this week as well. But like I said, YouTube, search V3 TV Network Podcast or V3 TV Podcast. And it should be the account with like 35 subscribers because the other account's been shadow banned. So we had to start a new YouTube account, as I've mentioned before. So let's crack on with this stuff. But if you're still just listening, we love you anyway. It's all good. Today is Monday, the 24th day of October, 2022. It is the 297th day of the year. Christmas shopping needs to start taking place, folks. Don't procrastinate. It is the 43rd week of the year, and the year is 81% in the rearview mirror. It is National Baloney Day. Just when you thought everything that needed to have a day had a day, and I should probably be recycling the days by now, we somehow must not have done a podcast on the 24th of October. Because it is National Bologna Day. Each year on October 24th, people across the nation make a sandwich to participate in National Bologna Day. And hours later, they're in the bathroom. National Food Day. How are you going to have National Food Day with National Bologna Day? Bologna is barely food. I mean, barely food. And you're somehow going to... Anyway. One day when I really just knuckle down, we'll have these shows where I do the commentary in a completely different... Well, actually, the commentary usually stays where it is right now. So if you're listening in audio land, you're getting the full shows. But it's where I edit all that kind of stuff out. Usually is where the video is sometimes. Anyway, United Nations Day. Today, the UN was established, which will drag us right out of National Calendar Day, wherever that thing is up there. And it will take us right into On This Day in History. The featured event in 1945, the Charter for the United Nations, the world's premier international organization, established at the end of World War II to maintain world peace and friendly relations among nations, entered into force this day, 1945. You remember 1945, don't you, listeners? Nope. Who was born on this day? What happened on your birthday? Click on the Britannica website and you can find out. They need to be sponsoring this podcast. National Calendar Day and Britannica. Come on, guys. This is the best stuff on the internet right now. Everybody's talking about politics and Boris Johnson getting booed on the plane and come on, we don't talk about any of that stuff. We talk about only stuff you're not going to remember next week. Like history. Anyway, on this day in 1986, how do we not have a drop for this? Is an absolute travesty. Oh, there it is. There it is. On this day in 1986, Canadian rapper Drake was born. Yeah. Drake was born on this day. Happy birthday to Champagne Poppy. Can we get the music to go back, please? Thank you. 1985, just a year sooner, British football player Wayne Rooney was born. 1954, Prime Minister of Australia, Malcolm Turnbull, and a bunch of other people that I've never heard of. American musician 2000. Oh, I hate that I do this and fall into these deaths. I try not to talk about stuff like death because it's not really as exciting. But sometimes you want to give a shout out because these are like really important people. So that's the only reason why I read it. I'm hearing very strange noises in the house. I don't know if it's just a fish tank or if it's a poltergeist. 2017 American musician Fats Domino, who was one of the first rock and roll stars who helped to define the New Orleans sound, died at age of 89 on this day. 2005 African American civil rights activist Rosa Parks, whose refusal to relinquish her seat on a public bus to a white man in 1955 helped ignite the American civil rights movement. She died on this day at age 92. Can we get something a little less grim? 2003, supersonic passenger service ended as British Airways flew its last Concorde flight. Air France had ceased similar operations in May. No one cares about the World Series. Why would we care about the World Series? Okay, so it makes sense. 1992, the Toronto, because I have my glasses on. I'm doing this for you guys. I'm trying to look cute. I got this pseudo MAGA hat on. The Toronto Blue Jays defeated, this is 1992, the Toronto Blue Jays defeated the Atlanta Braves to become the first team not based in the United States to win the World Series. That's a little trivia for you. Who was the first baseball team not based in America to win the World Series? Now you know, and you might even remember the year. So it might not be news you don't remember next week. 1970, Salvador. I don't care about that. 1962, the American Cold War thriller, The Manchurian Candidate, was released in American theaters, and it was a major hit, especially noted for the performance of Angela Lansbury, who died 2 weeks ago. Rest in peace to Angela Lansbury. 1940, there's a lot of history today. We're going to give you a couple more and then get you on to some stuff you really don't want to know about. 1940, the 40-hour work week went into effect under the U.S. Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938. Wow, how many hours were they working before? Because if that's called fair standards, it must have been like 50 hours or something. 1929 on this day in history, a record 12,894,650 shares of stock were traded, causing the first day of real panic in the crash of 1929, known as Black Thursday. 1922, Benito Mussolini helped plan the March on Rome, which began on October 28th and resulted in him becoming dictator of Italy. And then we go back into the 1600s, and there's a whole bunch of wars and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. So let's move on to The Onion, America's finest news source. James Corden. You all know James Corden, don't you? He's that guy. James Corden breaks his silence on restaurant controversy. I like to find stray dogs and suffocate them to death. Oof. New York.
These ones or these ones?
Saw an episode of Intervention. And I know I'm fine.
Illinois, Mr. Robert Bobby McNeely. He is going to join us tonight.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. My name is Elaine Zhang, and today I am here with Eli Seal, documentary filmmaker.
I need more.
Welcome to The Only Way is Linda. Today I have a really special guest here.